Hey guys, Mikey here with TactiCalifornia. Thank you so much for tuning in to part 5 and the finale of how to get a CCW in California. All right, how to get a CCW in California, part 5. For those of you who haven't seen them already, please check the description box below. I'll leave a link to parts 1, 2, 3, and 4 so that this finale makes a little sense, okay? So, to real quick recap, just part 4 last time, we did our training, okay? And once you do your training, here's what you do. Your trainer will contact the law enforcement agency. The guy who did my training, his name is Mike, he sent information via mail to the sheriff's department. It was information about which handguns I qualified with, my name and all that kind of stuff, and that I passed his course. So he sent that in. He told me to wait about a week. I kind of jumped the gun because I was a little nervous about Peruta versus San Diego, and I waited about 5 or 4 days or so, and then I called the sheriff's department. So you're supposed to wait a little bit, let that stuff get to the sheriff's department, and then call them up and say, hey, I think my trainer sent you that stuff. This is my name. Now what, right? And so when I called them, I said, now what? It was really simple. They said, just here's an appointment date, boom. So they scheduled the appointment, and it's an appointment to come in, pay the remainder of the money, and pick up your CCW, basically. So that's exactly what I did. I went in, I paid $80, I sat down, waited a little bit for them to call my name. Once they finally called my name, there was a detective who in the back had me kind of verify everything on a computer screen before they printed out my CCW, and that was the make, model, and serial number and caliber of all the guns that were going to be on my CCW. And also your hair color, eye color, weight, they're basically the descriptor, right? They'll take your picture, once you verify all that information, they take your picture, they do not warn you that they're taking the picture, so smile at all times. My picture ended up looking a little ridiculous, but whatever. And then the detective explained to me why one of the guns I tried to put on my CCW was not allowed on my CCW. So for those of you who are unaware, in the state of California, there is a roster of approved handguns, and I tried to get 2 guns that were not on the roster onto my CCW, okay? One of them is the H&K VP9, which I'm desperately and hopelessly in love with, and I was really hoping to carry that, but that's not the case. And the other one is the Beretta 92F. I figured I have it, I've got an open space on my CCW, why not throw it on there? And so I did. So I qualified with both those handguns, and he sent that information to them, but they used their discretion, and I think I know what's going on. Ventura County, the sheriff's department doesn't want the liability of you carrying a non-roster gun or an off-roster gun, and you might shoot someone in self-defense, and even though it's a justified kill, the prosecution may say, well, wait a minute, why did Ventura County let you carry a gun that the state of California deems as unsafe, okay? So that's what the roster of approved handguns is, that's the guise it's under. We know it's about actually keeping firearms out of your hands, but what they really are telling people is that it's all about safety, right? Because apparently a Gen 4 Glock isn't that safe, or an HK VP9 isn't that safe, but I digress. So once they did that, I asked, well, my Beretta 92F isn't on roster, but they allowed it. So why did they allow the Beretta 92F, but they didn't allow the HK VP9? And the answer was simple. The VP9 has never been on roster. The 92F has been on the roster. For those of you getting a little bit confused, the Beretta 92FS is the newer iteration of the Beretta 92 series, and that one is on roster. The 92F, which is the one that came before that, is not on roster. However, it had been on roster at the time I purchased it. So, guns that have never been on the roster, no go. Guns that have been on the roster at the time of you purchasing the firearm, good to go. So the detective disclosed this to me, and this makes a little more sense. This holds a little more water than just the, Ventura County Sheriff's Department doesn't want to be held liable for off-roster guns. And that is that people who are in Ventura County are traveling legally, carrying their guns legally, concealed into LA County. And LA Sheriff's Department, LAPD, they're pulling these people over and they're harassing them because they have off-roster guns on their CCWs. So much to the point, this has actually happened. This is documented, that people who are legally carrying a legal firearm into a legal area to carry a firearm are having their firearms confiscated for further investigation, okay? So that's how much LA doesn't want people to have guns. They're taking guns away from people who are legally owning them and legally carrying them, but because they're not on that roster of approved handguns, they're saying, oh, well, we need to do some more investigations, and so they're taking those guns away from people. That's absolutely unacceptable. That's tyrannical. That should not be happening. However, Ventura County is trying somehow to get rid of that, and I think the best way that they see fit is just to simply not allow people to carry off-roster guns. I don't agree with that decision, but I do respect it, and I will respect it. I will not carry any gun, obviously, that's not on my CCW at this point. But I just figured I'd share that with you guys. So if you're wondering, hey, why is Ventura County, because some counties are, why is Ventura County not allowing firearms that are not on that roster of approved handguns? That's why, okay? I think LA is giving us a lot of crap for it, and it is what it is. And also probably a little bit has to be that liability as well. So that's pretty much it. You verify some information on a computer, you pay $80, you get your CCW printed out, and you're good to go. You have your CCW, you're legally allowed to carry now. Just so you guys know, they printed out a hard card as well as a soft one, and the soft one, it's just a piece of paper, and it basically has the same information that the hard card does, and they've instructed me, please take the piece of paper, file it away, keep that in a safe place, and only carry the hard card. So that's what I'm doing. If you like this video, guys, thank you so much. Please click like down below and subscribe to the channel for more videos we got coming your way on gun reviews, gear reviews, and CCW tips. I'm Michael with TactiCalifornia. Thanks so much for watching.